Springtime where we live is finally here. The birds chirping early in the morning is something I look forward to every day. Even if it's a bit chilly in the mornings, I love opening the windows for fresh air as well as hearing those nature sounds. Today I'm hoping to get some fresh local free-range eggs. I recently found a local man who sells eggs from his farm. He lives right down the street from us and he's so kind and he's really friendly. He said he'd trade eggs for sourdough bread. So today I'm getting together one of my favorite sourdough recipes, cranberry orange. If you decide to try this recipe, simply make your favorite round loaf dough, your boule, and add the zest of 1 orange and a handful of dried cranberries with a teaspoon of cinnamon directly to the beginning of your dough making. This will soften those cranberries and the zest will have lots of time to flavor the dough as well. Then proceed as normal with the stretch and folds. Now, if you just want to make a yeast bread, your favorite yeast sandwich bread, do the same thing. Add those same things, the zest of the orange, the cranberries, and the cinnamon, and it will taste just as lovely. It is so wonderful toasted with butter. Now, Lou and I don't eat much bread anymore, but I do enjoy the process of making sourdough so much. So I generally have a loaf rising pretty often for someone. A lot of you have asked about my diet lately, and I do plan to do a video about that and my weight loss, our weight loss, my husband included, what we do, what we eat, why we made this life change, and how it's affecting our life now. But I did want to stress one thing that I use on a daily basis. This is not a commercial, nobody is giving me these. We buy them because we really like them. And I wanted to make sure on one of the videos that I got it in. So I thought today would be a good day for that. Hydration, hydration, hydration. It's very, very important, especially when you're dieting, especially when you're doing low carb like Lou and I are. You need to keep a close eye on your sodium intake. If you're feeling faint or weak or something, many times it's just a simple case of just putting some salt under your tongue and washing it down with a little water, or using these hydration drinks. I love them. These two in particular I found recently, and I got these at Aldi, and they're called Body Armor, but you can also get them at Walmart. They just have more flavors at Walmart than they do at Aldi. And the other one I got at Walmart, and it's called Dry Water. All right, and they are so good. I think this has 2 carbs in it and 1 gram of fiber. The sugar comes from stevia, organic stevia leaves. So I find these to be, and if you read the ingredients, most of the ingredients are organic. And there's nothing bad in here. It's very clean. It's a very clean product, so I really like that. You just simply take one of the little pouches, put it in your cup that you take everywhere, and just fill it. The Body Armor, I think my favorite one is, what is this called? I think it's a mixed berry. Electrolyte drink mix, strawberry kiwi. It's so good. And it's really pretty in a sweet little cup, a glass or something. The pink color is really pretty. Okay, that matters to me. The other one that I like very much, and Lou likes this one too, is the lemon lime. It's just delicious. In fact, today I'm going to go with the strawberry kiwi because it's just good. It's just good. All right, another thing with having a lot of drawers. Before in my other kitchen, I had one drawer that had the scissors in it. And now I have all these drawers and I'm constantly going in them looking for the scissors. So I bought a whole bunch of scissors and I put a scissor in every single drawer. So if I open the wrong drawer, it all of a sudden becomes the right drawer if I'm looking for scissors. So there's a little tip for you. If you have a lot of drawers and you want to find something quick, just buy some cheap ones and put them in all the drawers. All right, so there it goes. I'm just gonna put it in there. I like to use this, sparkling water. This is just the cheap Aldi version, but it's just as good. I find it's even better. Perrier sometimes can be a little expensive. I like it a lot, but I think it can be a little expensive. So I'm just gonna go ahead and fill up my cup, not all the way to the top, but pretty much. And very simply, ice and stir. And I try and sip on this all day long. If I want another one, I can have another one. But I usually, one a day is usually sufficient. And it makes me feel real good. It makes me feel hydrated and ready to take on the day. Tonight, Lou and I are going to our first social event here in our new town. It's at church, and it is a chili cook-off. So I thought, I really love chili. It's really not a chili time of year, I don't think. I wouldn't normally make chili this time of year, but since it's a chili cook-off, of course, that's what I have to make, so that's what I'm doing. And I'm going to bring a no-bean chili, because Lou and I generally do not like beans all that much. And of course, since we're doing low carb, we don't eat beans at all. So this will be a beanless chili. And as it turned out, it was the only chili there that was beanless. And there were several people that were very happy for that. Actually, a lot of people, I came home with a completely empty pot. There was absolutely not a teaspoon left of my chili. So it went over pretty well. I'll just give you a couple tips of things that I like to do when I make chili. Let me know in the comments below if you have some really, really wonderful tips on chili making. I'm sure we would all love to know those. First of all, I start out with really good quality ground beef. Now, this is the organic beef that Lou and I bought back in October. We bought a half of a cow, grass-fed, grass-finished cow. I'll tell you more about that experience a little later. But yeah, I'm gonna do 3 pounds. I think that'll be enough. I think we're supposed to make enough chili for like 15 people. So 3 pounds of good quality ground beef, and then I always throw in a pound of ground pork, like Italian sausage. And I usually get a medium, not too hot, and then not the mild, because I like the flavor in something a little bit more spicy. And that adds so much flavor. The pork and the beef together it's extremely flavorful. I just love that. And then next I'm going to add in, oh gosh, what did I do next? Well, when it comes to the seasonings, I usually make my own seasonings, my own taco seasoning, my own chili seasoning, and I didn't have any left. And so I went through my seasonings. I didn't have enough of the stuff that I needed. I think it was cumin I didn't have. And so I went ahead and just got some packets. I find these organic packets that are just very, very nice. They're just a quick thing to grab if you don't want to make your own right away. But anyway, I put in 1 packet of a chili seasoning. Sometimes I do 1.5. But today I just did 1. And then the other packet, instead of just putting in 2 chilies, I do 1 chili and 1 taco mix. The extra flavor that comes from that taco mix is just really delicious. It really steps it up a little bit. And if you want to, you could call this a chili, taco chili, a taco chili. So if you just want to do that, that's just something extra. But that's what I do for seasonings with my chili. I also, when I do my veggies, I only put in onions and green peppers on this day. And that's usually what I put in. I do my veggies separately in a cast iron pan, and I use some bacon grease. And the reason for that, again, is just adding another level of flavor to this chili. And when you cook your vegetables in that bacon grease, it's just so flavorful. You add a little salt and pepper to it and just let it cook. I don't let it cook, till they're mush, because I know they're going to be sitting on the pot here on the stove for at least an hour. I don't overcook my chili. A lot of people put them in crock pots and let them go. I mean, I did that for years, but I heard some things recently not too good about crock pots. The liner in the crock pot, the crock itself, sitting there for hours and hours at a time. They have been tested, have been known to have some high levels of lead. And that scared me. That really scared me. So that's one of the main reason why I'm doing my chili stovetop today. But anyway, I'm going to let those veggies just soften just enough, and then I'll put them in with my chili. I also put in the whole tomatoes, the whole peeled aroma tomatoes, juice and all. And I put 2 cans of those in this one today, because it's a big This is a big pot full. That's my largest cast iron pot that I have. And I just take my meat smasher and I just chop up those tomatoes as finely. Or, you know, some people like to have big pieces of tomato in there. I don't. So I chop it down pretty well. But there again, that adds another amount of wonderful flavor. Instead of buying it crushed already or chopped, you know, it's just better, I find, flavor-wise, to go ahead and add it whole. And then flavor it up there with the taco flavorings and the chili flavorings. I also add a can of the rotelle. Is it rotelle? This is the Aldi brand anyway. The crushed tomato and jalapeños. Oh, those are so good. I probably could have used 2 cans in this, but I only had 1 can, so I put it in there. But it was so delicious. And I'm just going to let it sit there and bubble, simmer away, kind of on a medium. Adding my vegetables in so they don't get too soft, but they have to be soft. So you don't want a nice bite of your chili when the meat is all soft and the tomatoes are soft, and then all of a sudden your green pepper or your onions are still hard. And they all have to be at about the same level of softness, in my opinion. All right, and here we go. One more level of flavor. Don't add water and don't add chicken stock. If you can help it, go for the beef stock or the beef broth for your chilies, any kind of beef dish. And make sure that you taste it at the beginning, the middle, and the end. Make sure that you have plenty of seasonings, lots of salt, and lots of pepper. This one needed a little bit more salt and a little bit more pepper, so I went ahead and added that. Put the lid on and just let that baby go. Yes, I did walk away and change my top. I realized I had white on, and that's really not a good color choice when you're making chili. All right, guys, let's talk about herbal loose tea. Do you drink that, or are you a coffee drinker? Let me know in the comments below. Lately, I have been so into these herbal teas. I have all kinds. I love reading about them and finding, you know, what their medicinal purposes are and how and if they truly work. Today, I'm pouring up some white willow bark. I think it's one of my favorite. It's supposed to be good for fever and pain, and I'm having a little pain here and there today, so I thought I would get myself a nice cup of hot white willow bark tea. I put a little allulose for my sweetener in there. Sometimes I don't even use a sweetener, but a little bit of lemon, and it just tastes so good. If you have the desire to try out some loose leaf tea and you want a nice little infuser, try this little stainless steel ball. It is so wonderful. I'm in love with loose leaf teas. Alright, so in the last video I told you guys to guess what might be happening in our backyard. Well, yes, we are putting in a pool. Lou and I have had a strong desire for a pool for, well, almost our entire marriage. They're almost 38 years. We have wanted a swimming pool so badly, and now we have the property for a pool, and we were able to put one in. And so unfortunately we had to take down some trees, and yes, I cried. I have to say I cried over it. I loved my trees, but they were a weird little grouping of pine trees. They weren't even that healthy, so they really did need to come down, and so it really does make the property look a whole lot bigger. But that's where the pool will go, right about here. And yeah, we're very excited. The digging won't start till, I think the first or second week, maybe in June. We have a wait yet, but when that starts, you can bet I'm gonna take you along, because I think that'll be really, really fun to watch that pool come about. Well, I want to thank you so much for joining me today at Super at 60 right here in our farmhouse in the forest. And I'm going to get my chili ready now, take it in my crock pot. I'm just going to use the crock pot to heat it on low. And I hope that'll be okay. And anyway, I think we're going to have a wonderful time, and I've got a few pictures. I'm going to put some pictures here of the event and all the other chilies. And I will talk to you guys soon. Leave me a thumbs up, subscribe, and share my videos. I love you guys, and I will see you soon on the next video. Bye now, and Lord bless.